we do lemon enemas every day. I've been doing a lemon enema, which is a hot water bottle. A lot of younger people don't know what a hot water bottle is. But if you're over 50, you grew up in a house. On the back door of the bathroom, there was always a hot water bottle.
Hmm.
It was always a hot water bottle. And the women would use them for douching purposes. But every now and then, when the children would get a fever or some kind of high fever, they would give us an enema. You did. So I grew up taking enemas, but as you get older, you get out of them. You don't do enemas. I mean, you kind of get out of them as you grow older. But Arnold Ehret talked about in the Mucusless Diet book, which is over 100 years old now, and we have the rights to the book, and we annotated the book.
Wow.
Now, which is this.
Ooh.
So, I mean, that's the way the new book looks.
Yeah.
So this is the annotated version
Okay.
of the new book. So, but this book is over 100 years old, and Arnold Ehret, a little history about him. He was the first. He's the real father of naturopathic. Who all these guys that you hear about nowadays, from Dr. Mars to Sebi, to anybody that's talking about any kind of naturopathic type of diet, came out of Arnold Ehret. But for some reason, nobody likes to mention Arnold Ehret. When you mention mucusless diet, the first thing that comes up in everybody's mind in the last 10 years since we've been on the internet is Dr. Sebi.
Mm-hmm.
Sebi never had a book out. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So Sebi in the 80s, and I wasn't much of a Sebiite. I didn't really know a lot about it because I was in the Arnold Ehret mucusless diet until we became these kind of media figures on the internet. Then I started hearing about Sebi. But Sebi in the 80s would mention Arnold Ehret quite often in his lectures. But then he stopped. And the reason why he stopped is because he's seen that his audience were mostly people of color, and he didn't want to elevate some people of color. Didn't like him elevating a European like that.
Yeah.
So he never used it. So it's like foreign when we talk about Arnold Ehret to them, because when they say mucusless diet and they say Sebi, I say, man, you haven't heard of Arnold Ehret? They be like, no, I haven't. I'll be like, man, you haven't done your homework, because Arnold Ehret had a sanitarium that people like Einstein would attend to detox.
Wow.
Whoa.
And this was in California in the 1920s. So Ehret was a heavy dude, and when I got exposed to him, I got obsessed with knowing what he knew.